Hello YouTube, Dread Freak here. Today I'm going to show you a few designs for doors I made, where the doors are flush, but they're made of pistons. Because if you make them out of pistons, then you can make flush doors that are a whole lot simpler, because instead of having a full block, you can just have a piston in it. So this is a very simple design that just uses 2 rows of pistons, and one of the rows does not have to be sticky, or uses 2 rows of pistons on each side. So it uses 12 pistons, 6 of which can be non-sticky pistons. So a very simple, fast, relatively, and effective piston door. Now this one is just a super awesome supercharged piston door. So instead of just having the flush blocks retract, it also pops up the door frame, which looks pretty awesome, basically. Completely pointless, but awesome looking. And this one you can sprint right through it, and it's 2 blocks away from the door without any issues. This design over here does the same thing, but with a much more compact space, but slightly slower. And there's some inconsistency between the blocks, because I think that the T flip-flops that I used are slightly inconsistent. I'll show you a little bit of the wiring down here. In this design, I used these T flip-flops, which have, around here, there's a dropper facing up, a dropper facing that way, and a hopper facing into that dropper. So whenever it gets powered, either this hopper spits the item out and it goes into this dropper, or this dropper spits it out into that dropper. So it just oscillates between the 2 configurations, basically. That's why it's a T flip-flop. But I think that droppers and hoppers are a little bit glitchy at the moment as far as timings, so the timing of the pistons on that side is slightly slower. Checked all the repeaters and such down there, and those are all consistent timings. By the way, this is the mess of repeaters and stuff that reads out from that. Let me go back to the beginning a little bit and explain. Well, actually, this is the first design that I've made. I guess I'll start with this one then. In this one, I started off with the concept to power these blocks from comparators and droppers like this, so that each of these hoppers can have 1 item in it, and therefore power just these 2 blocks and not the other 2. And the concept works, but it isn't exactly the most compact. So we've got this whole system going on up here. The underground portion, however, is pretty compact. I can show you that. I just have these compact piston T flip-flops going on, where this comparator goes into this sticky piston, which goes into this sticky piston, and because this one gets a 1-tick pulse, this redstone block oscillates between there and there. So that's how the underground circuit works, mirror imaged on the other side. So that part is really simple, but this part is somewhat complicated. This part is reasonably simple. You just have the slab vertical wiring going up. You have this set of repeaters here is a pulse lengthener, which goes to this redstone line up here. That just powers the top row of blocks. And the way that I came to this design was I was working on, just doing the basic piston retraction and so on with these redstone blocks here. They were powered by the side pistons, but the problem that I was running into Also, when the redstone block was back, then these pistons would be powered. So let me extend this. You can see that this is, I was using the redstone blocks to power the main pistons in the center, but they also power them when the door is open. But I thought, hey, I can use this to pop out the door frame. And I did. It looks cool. But I thought, you know what, this is a pretty complicated design. I think I can make a simpler one. So this is, as far as I know, the simplest flush 2x3 piston door there is, as far as the above ground portion. The underground portion got a little bit messy. I'm pretty sure that I could compact it and make it simpler. So I have redstone blocks transmitting power downward. We got wires running under these repeaters. We have triple-decker torch tower up there, which has a repeater leading into another torch tower. And it's just basically a mess. There's just a lot of stuff going on here. And that's only part of it, basically. That powers just the bottom row of pistons, most of that. Only one of these torch towers that leads up, this one right here, actually powers the entire top 2/3 of the door. The much simpler mechanism up here. The problem is powering the bottom 2/3. So if you wanted to make a 2x2 flush piston door, this would be extremely simple. You just take the top part, that torch tower, and you're done. The top part is, by the way, you need a block there. Basically just repeaters on 2 ticks heading out, and those 2 redstone bits in the center power the 2 pistons in the center, and then the pistons on the side are powered by the blocks after the repeaters. So that's basically how the top section works. Extremely simple, but bottom section is a bit more difficult. Now on to this design. It's basically a version of that design, but compacted. So instead of having that whole messy dropper comparator business up there, I just have standard torch towers coming up, which means that the underground portion is messy. Yeah, my voice just got dry there. The underground portion is messier, but the above ground portion is much more compact. Though a downside is that this design is slower. Might be... I don't think it's because of the T flip-flop that I used, it's just because of all the torch towers that slow things down. I think that's it. But this design is actually surprisingly fast considering how complicated it is. But this design is fairly slow. I think it's just because of the torch towers adding another 2 ticks of delay. So if you guys want to see tutorials of any of these designs, ask me in the comments. If I see enough requests, then I'll be sure to make a tutorial. Otherwise guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!